And there are several toppings that you can use, but the classic topping is just to come in here with powdered sugar and sprinkle this bad boy with some powdered sugar. Hello and welcome to In the Kitchen with Matt. I am your host, Matt Taylor. Today I'm going to show you how to make funnel cakes. For those of you who may not be familiar with funnel cakes, it's essentially a deep fried batter, kind of like a pancake batter, and it's topped off with a variety of toppings. They're very popular at theme parks and carnivals, and they're super popular here in the United States. They're very easy to make at home using simple ingredients. If I can do it, you can do it. Before I move on, make sure to subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so you won't miss out on any of my new videos. Let's get started. Down below in the description box, you'll find the list of the ingredients and their amounts. First, get a large deep pot and add some oil in it, at least an inch deep, inch to an inch and a half deep, and set the heat to medium high. And we want to heat this up to 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 176 Celsius. Now I have a medium bowl with 1.5 cups of flour, all-purpose flour or plain flour, 3 tablespoons of white granulated sugar, about 1/8 teaspoon of salt, and 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder. Let's just give this a good whisk. You can also use a sifter if you want. All right. Now take another bowl. We will add in 1 large egg, 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 1/2 cup of milk. I'm using whole milk, but you can use whatever kind of milk that you want. And 1/2 cup of water. And I use filtered water because my tap water is gross. And then we'll take a whisk. Try not to get it everywhere. And give that a good whisk. And then we'll take our flour and do a little bit at a time, about half of it at a time. And we want to whisk this really well. And we'll put the rest of it in. And then you want it to be fairly runny, but not too runny, so about that consistency. And you could always add in a little bit more water or milk to thin it out a little bit after you try the first one. And then it helps if you transfer the batter over to like a measuring cup with a spout, or if you do it in a blender, you can mix this all in a blender and then it already has the little spout for you. It just makes it easier to get it into the funnel. So let's pour the batter into here. And we have to use a funnel. I have a couple different sizes of funnels here, and I'm going to show you the difference by using one with a little wider nozzle and one with a thinner nozzle. All right, so I got the oil right around 350, and now it is ready to go. It doesn't have to be exactly 350. So what we'll do is we'll take I'm going to use my bigger funnel just so you see how that looks, and pour in, about 1/2 cup worth of batter, and then go about 1 inch above the oil. So I don't know if you can see this, so there we go. And make sure you have adult supervision if you're little and gonna try this. And we'll just go like this, go around in circles, zigzag all around, and just get all the batter on there. Okay? And depending on the diameter of your funnel, that'll depend on how large the little shapes are. And then we'll let this fry for about 45 seconds to a minute. If you try flipping it too soon, it's liable to fall apart on you. And when you flip it, if it falls apart on you, don't worry about it because you can just pile it up and it looks really cool anyway. Plus you'll cover it with like powdered sugar and like strawberry syrup or something. And so it's not a big deal at all. See if we can turn this without breaking it. Yeah, there we go. Totally looks like small intestines, or maybe like a brain, like a flat brain or something like that. Oh yeah, so yummy. And after making 2 or 3 of these, you want to let the oil sit and come back up to temperature. Almost there. I want to get a little browner. And we flip it over again. Look how nice that is. Awesome. So this one is ready to go. So we'll remove it. Make sure I'm not in the camera's way. We'll let it drip a little bit. See how nice and stable this is? Because I use that thicker spout. And we'll put it over here on my wire rack and let it drain a little bit. And then I want to do another one with the small funnel. Get some of those smaller drips. Again, right above. Go around in a circle, zigzag back and forth. Yeah. So you can definitely make the smaller spout work. You just need to make sure you pour a little bit more on there so it fills in all the gaps. Let's come in here and give this one a flip. Yeah, look at that. So awesome looking. And then again, come in here and grab your funnel cake. Yep, that looks great. Grab it kind of towards the middle and just let it drain. And then move it over to your wire rack so it can drain further and dry out a bit. And don't forget these little specks that you can get out and pile it on if you want. And eat those because those are awesome. And then with any leftover batter, what I will do is I'll just make these little ones. And it's pretty much exactly the same thing, but it's just little. And just use up the rest of the batter. And there are several toppings that you can use, but the classic topping is just to come in here with powdered sugar and sprinkle this bad boy with some powdered sugar. And there we have it, an awesome homemade funnel cake. And you could also come in here with some strawberry syrup, like that, and throw that on there as well. And then usually you can eat it with a fork, or you could pick it up and eat it with your hands if you want. See how it looks? Pretty cool. Here's what it looks like on the inside. Just fried dough on the inside. The funnel cake itself is not meant to be really sweet because normally you add a lot of different toppings on top of it to make it more sweet. But if you wanted to, you could certainly add a little bit more sugar to the batter. All right, the funnel cakes are done and turned out fantastic. This recipe will make 3 to 4 good-sized funnel cakes. They're really easy to do, simple ingredients. If I can do it, you can do it. I'm Matt Taylor. This has been another episode of In the Kitchen with Matt. Thank you for joining me. As always, if you have any questions, comments, or requests, put them down below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thumbs up, down the corner, push it. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and check out my other videos. Take care. Time for me to dive into this. Oh yeah. Yeah. Funnel cake. Mm.